If you're a musician or in a band and you're looking for a place to put your groove in a box, you know, so you can take it around and show people, got just the place for you.
It's called Groovebox Studios. It's in the heart of Detroit's rustic Russell Industrial Center, and it's a place that's helping musicians from all over get their careers off the ground. Jeff Wenzel and Sean Neal are bandmates who turn their frustration with the endless maze of the music industry into a pretty ingenious way to help other musicians.
You know, back in the day when I was trying to make it as a rock star, and I had hair down to my waist, we actually caught my hair on fire one night. It's a long story, yeah. There was only one way to make it in the record business, and that was, I remember once my bandmate and I flew out to LA, made appointments, we took our tape to all the major labels and got nowhere. Now you're changing that.
Well, we're trying. I mean, this is our attempt at it. We're bringing bands in, we're letting them do 7 songs live, no overdubs, all in one take, and we're filming everything and putting that content out for the world to enjoy.
But you do more than just record, right?
We do. We actually find the money for the bands, and we actually pay them to come in and do this as well.
That sounds too good to be true. I mean,
We've heard that.
Well, how did you start doing this? I mean, didn't you guys, you went down that road?
Well, yes, my partner and I, Sean, we were in a band called the Sugar People, and we did everything wrong.
I've been in that band.
Yes, and there's quite a few people behind me who've been in that band. So we tried everything. We had a CD actually in Best Buy, all without label support, all without financing. We were trying to do everything we possibly could, and it just all failed. And what we realized is that we didn't have a good team and a community behind us. So we tried to take, the band broke up, we didn't know what to do, so we had all this gear to record, so we just started recording my friends' bands.
Oh, so now you're helping other people try and do it better, do it the right way.
Right. It's funny, the other day we kind of found out that we might have actually turned into the parents. We're actually hey, we did this wrong, please listen to us, and we're trying.
Don't make the mistakes I made.
Right.
What's the biggest challenge for what you're doing?
I think it's actually getting over the hurdle that you just said. It does sound too good to be true, but it is built, this whole model is built on musicians just trying to give some support to a whole community. So it's that first phone call when I talk to a band and I say to them, I like what I heard, just come and play in my ballpark. Or, they don't get it. It sounds too good to be true.
How did you end up in the Russell Industrial Center?
It was actually in the Sugar People days. We stumbled upon we needed a place to rehearse.
Sounds like the Sugar People days.
Yeah, the Sugar People days. Yeah, so we basically, a friend of a friend said we could rehearse here because we had nowhere else to go, and our minds were just blown when we got here. We were just like, what is this? I mean, we did come from Ann Arbor at the time, so it was like our first taste of Detroit in terms of the abandoned factory that's been kind of rebirthed or whatever's happened. This movement and energy is here, and we just fell in love instantly.
Not only do Jeff and Sean really know what they're doing, they're really nice guys who make all parts of this process a pleasure.
What's the most rewarding thing for you doing this? Because you came up through the business, you tried to make it, and what's the best thing for you?
Yeah, gosh, I think that there's a moment in every session. We do this little spiel right before the band plays, and you see that moment where all the fans and the artist realize they've worked together to achieve this goal. And there's just this really great, happy feeling of community, and that happens twice a week for us, and every time that happens, that's the real reward.
Well, like I was telling Jeff, I checked out your website, and the artists that you're getting in here, it's mind-blowing, the amount of talent in this area.
It's amazing. Lack of talent was never the issue in scenes like Detroit. It was always about someone creating that spark, and I think that's what we're doing here at Groovebox Studios, is we're literally instigating cooperation and the development of a scene.
Well, enough talking about music. Let's do some drumming, Sean.
Kick it off.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah.
Not only did I get to jam with Sean, he and Jeff even offered to do a session with the band I play in. And I don't mean to sound overconfident, but I think we totally rock. What do you guys think? We're gonna hit the big time or what?
I don't think so. We're like 100.
Well, you guys want to get a beer?
Yeah! That makes sense.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing and Development Authority,